we've watched as the crowd built, but now it's diminished. There are relatively few people still out here right now. A protest has been planned for this weekend, but that's actually been moved up to 5 o'clock today. And Doug Reardon is at that demonstration right now, just a couple of blocks away from where we are right now with the very latest there. Doug?
Yeah, good afternoon, Josh. I'd be surprised if you can't hear this from where you are, just about 2 blocks up the road at GRPD headquarters. We're down here at Rosa Parks Circle. I'm going to let you listen for just a second to this protest. So far this afternoon, Josh, we've heard from about 4 or 5 speakers. In fact, one gentleman was someone who has been a community activist here for a long time who said his cousin was killed by Chicago police. So there are a lot of people with close connections to this. But 10 days ago was when Patrick Lyoya was killed. We have been waiting for this video ever since, and so has this crowd. They've been gathering very slowly here. We've seen signs with Patrick's name on it. We've seen signs with Black Lives Matter on it. And there's about a group of 200 people here right now. And we have gotten a chance to talk to a couple of people who were really upset by that video. They watched it, same as we did, when it was announced during that presentation and shown in that video. And they were, of course, very, very upset by it, very disturbed by it. And they want to know the name of the officer. We know that Chief Winstrom said we don't name suspects until they're charged. That's going to be the case with the officer as well. So that is the one lingering question here for a lot of folks that we talk to just out and about, saying we don't know the name of this officer. We want to know that. So right now things are just kind of in that settling phase. People are getting here. We've seen a lot of people trickling in the last couple of minutes. So I think the plan for this group is to hear a couple more people, a couple more activists, a couple more organizers before they head up the street, Josh, to where you are at Grand Rapids Police Headquarters, or at least as close as they can get with those barriers that we've seen. So we're going to send it back to you, Josh, up the road, and we'll check in with you in a couple minutes here as this starts to get going the way it's supposed to. So back to you for now, Josh.
Yeah, Doug, you mentioned the concrete barriers and the fencing that was put up right in front of Grand Rapids Police Headquarters. As that video was being released, a forklift actually came and pushed these concrete barriers and the fencing right up against the wall of Grand Rapids Headquarters. The police department had said that initially that these were set up as an abundance of caution, that they were still here, though, to allow essential personnel to come in and out. They don't need that anymore, and they've pushed this up against the wall of the headquarters. Though, as you mentioned, the protest is happening down there. There's still activity here right now outside of Grand Rapids Police Headquarters. Our coverage will not be over. We're talking about the businesses in this area that have responded to what happened. They're taking their own protections. We have that coming up, as well as a timeline of all the events. We'll have much more coverage of the release of this video throughout the hour. You can stay with Fox 17 on air, and remember, you can find all of our stories on this case on fox17online.com.